Hi, babies. You may have heard that Crinklz Diapers have come out with a couple new prints. And you might be thinking, Mommy, why are you talking about this? Because diaper companies come out with new prints like all the time. Well, babies, it's because I actually had a hand in the design of the new diapers. So, people have asked, how did this happen? Why are you doing this? You're a mommy, like, why are you designing? I mean, stuff. So, I want to tell you the story of how these two diaper prints came to be. There are two. One is called Buccaneer, and the other one is called Fairy Tales. You may be thinking to yourself, too, like, those look really poofy because, as those of you who have gotten Crinkles, when you get Crinkles, they're shoved like 15 to a bag. And so they are actually machine packed into this like 15, this poly bag that holds like 15 diapers. So when you first get a Crinkles diaper, it looks very squished, right? Well, they aren't actually, when you leave them out and kind of fluff them up, they end up being really poofy like these, because these have been out and I've been just kind of manhandling them a little bit. I think these are the first ones that I actually got my little paws on. So before I get too far into it, let me tell you who the major players are. There are two owners of Crinkles, and they're both in Germany. One is JP, and he's the one who is involved mostly in the ABDL community. And then there's Holger, who mostly does like logistics and behind the scenes stuff. Then there is Marci McAdam, and she is the illustrator for all of Crinklz Diapers. She is amazing. I'm just going to tell you that straight out. Like, amazeballs. And then there's me, and I actually have nothing to do with the company. I'm just a friend of JP's and a play partner. So I just like putting my 2 cents in. You know what I'm saying? So that's about me. So I'm a mommy, I'm a caregiver, and I like to tell people what I think about things. That's where I fit in. Okay. So when I first met JP a couple of years ago, like in 2019 at West Coast Jungle Gym, the first thing I said to him when we started talking is, you guys need a pink diaper. Like, seriously. So, based on my experience, pink diapers are used for a number of different reasons. So, we at the nursery focus on non sexual, therapeutic aspects of age play, right? But personally, some of us also engage in the more kink aspects of age play. So, pink diapers are really great for anything from baby girls to people who want to be baby girls. And that has, again, nothing to do with gender, it has nothing to do with sexuality. Sometimes it can, but it's just for different facets. Pink diapers do really well, and especially in like kink play, if you're doing humiliation or anything like that, pink diapers come in handy, and it's just fun. So that's the first thing I said to him. I was like, "Buddy, you need to get some pink diapers," and he was just like, "No, we don't need pink diapers," because he's not. That's not part of his play. So it's just like, you need to just do as I tell you to do. Meanwhile, 5 years later. So when we were talking about that, and we were talking about what a pink diaper would look like, or what I think it should look like, I started thinking about my clientele and my littles and who they are as people. And I really was drawing from that because, like I mentioned, so many people like the idea of being a baby girl. And that's for a number of reasons, from just because it's cute to that's like the sweetest thing that anyone could be, and the most lovable thing is a little baby girl. So even people who are heterosexual cis males are still kind of drawn to that, and that's great, and it's fine, and it's okay. I just want to make that perfectly clear. That's amazeballs. And then we have I have a lot of littles who are sissy littles, or sissy girls, who are gender fluid, who are pansexual, queer, all of these wonderful things. And they like being princesses and sissies. And that's fantastic. So, really, when we were talking about this, and I was saying, what are the girliest things that you can think of? We started thinking in terms of princesses and fairy princesses. So, one thing about the Crinkles brand is that they have, I think it's 5 different characters, and those characters have been the same since the beginning, and you'll see them on all of the diapers. So, when we first started talking about what these diapers should look like, it didn't sit well with me to have the girl character being the princess, because for me that's not what the ABDL community is about. It's not just girls who like to be princesses, it's everyone likes to be princesses. So I said to JP, hey, why don't we have Crinkles, who is the main character, the main little white tiger here. Why don't we have him be the fairy princess? Because that's really what my littles and what littles in the community are like. Like, it doesn't have to be Leo who's the lion. Like, this makes more sense to me. This is, who are you making these diapers for? Let's do something that's actually representative of the littles out there. Again, that's not all littles, of course, but this is like a majority of the littles that I come into, or who I come into contact with. But again, that's just me. So then from there, initially JP was just like, what? He's very German. He's like, what? Are you sure? Whatever. Didn't really actually take a lot of convincing. It took probably about like 3 minutes. And then he was like, hey, let's do it. So that's kind of how this developed. And then, of course, Leah became the rescuer and the hero because I did not like the idea of her being the fairy princess. That just made me angry. I don't know. And then, of course, there had to be a baby dragon doy and like a little Pegasus, and then of course the castle doy, but it's just full of cuteness and poofiness and like love and adorable girly stuff, and I love how it turned out. So we were talking about all of these things that we wanted in a diaper, and then we gave it to Marci, and Marci is amazing. Like, if you've seen any of her art, she's a furry artist, and she's just awesome. I can't say enough great things about her. And she took it and she ran with it, and she made incredible designs. As an aside, both Marci and I are queer. So for us, I think we both had sort of the similar ideas of being really sick and tired of like these gender normative kind of roles of everybody. So she was telling me that when she first heard what we were doing, she got really excited because she always played, when she was younger, she always was the one who played like the rescuer and the one who had the swords and was like the knight and stuff. So for us, this was kind of like, this was really fun, and different for us. And JP, as he puts it, is an equal opportunity spanker. So we're all a little, I don't think any of us is straight, but I digress. So yeah, these were kind of like our way. I was like really happy that JP kind of let us go with it and run with it. And because he was just like, why not, So one of the things too, when we were doing this design, is that JP has heard from so many people like about the version 1 of Crinkles. So the original Crinklz diapers looks like this. It has the front panel, and it has like these big prints of these characters. Like I was saying, this is Leah, and this is Max the monkey, Crinkles right there, and Theodore the bear, or teddy bear, and Felix the fox. Okay, so you'll see them in all of the diapers and all the stuff that Crinkles does, right? So this was version 1. And for those of you, I'm not sure if you guys know too much about Crinkles history, these were made in China. Like all of the other diapers, these were made in China, which is why they're a little bit different. So then when some stuff happened with the people who were manufacturing the diapers, JP and Holger were like, basically like, we don't want to do this anymore. There was a lot of, anyway, that's his story to tell. So then they moved their facilities over to the EU. So there are only actually a couple of diapers that are made outside of China, or the People's Republic of China, and Crinkles is one of them. So then they came over to this print. So this print is the smaller print, obviously. It's the print that's out now. And it's also super cute, but it's smaller, and it's super soft and super absorbent, yada, yada. Again, I do not own Crinkles. I just like them a lot. I love all diapers, by the way. And one day I'm actually going to go, well, pretty soon we're going to start doing diaper reviews, and I'm going to tell you all of the diapers that I love. It's not just Crinkles. I don't have stocking Crinkles or anything like that, but these are the new ones. So he's been hearing from some people who are true blue lovers of this original print that like, oh, can we have something that's bigger print again? I really love those. They made me feel small, whatever. So with these new ones, JP wanted to just try something. Since he was going out, he was like, let's try something new. Let's go back to this bigger print. And initially I was like, really? You want to do that? Okay, that's cool, whatever. And then I saw them on someone, and I really like, because there aren't a lot of diapers that have this like this, but when they were on someone, on a little, it made that little look so tiny in comparison, because you have someone wearing something like this and the print is so tiny, it kind of makes the person look a little bit larger, but this makes the person look so tiny and like little. So I really thought that was kind of cool, but that was JP's decision to go back to the bigger prints. So that is the story of Fairy Tale. again, started in 2019 and took me, well, the pandemic didn't help either, but yeah, that took a while to come to fruition, but I love them. I think they're really super cute. Also, these are not available. They're coming to the United States. They're only right now available in Europe, but they are coming to the United States and Canada. I have like all the juicy gossip. Initially, JP and Holger were trying to ship them over, but because of the pandemic, the prices ended up being 5 times what they normally are to ship things. So they finally made it work, but it's taking a little bit of time to get here. We've been doing so JP came to visit me a few weeks ago, and in his suitcase, he actually brought that, which is why I have them. He brought a few poly bags of the new diapers. So that's why we've been doing giveaways and stuff to try and get them out and like, so I can shoot them on babies, photo shoot them, take pictures of them. So I have some. I think we'll probably be doing a giveaway or two also. Okay, so I'm probably going to post this in the next couple of days. We are giving them away with the prizes for summer camp. So you still have a week to submit your stuff for summer camp. And we're going to be doing a few prizes, which I'll link to somewhere or post below. But they all involve giving away the new prints. Yay! So you can get your hands on them. Woo! Because only a few people in the United States have them. Okay, and then now let's go to Buccaneer. Buccaneer started at the beginning of 2020, before the pandemic started. Well, before the pandemic came to the United States, we were going to Capcom X. So Capcom's 10th anniversary. So I was in Germany and JP was like, okay, we could go to Capcom, like, what should we do? What should we come up with? And for me, the first thing I thought of when I was thinking Capcom X is the whole X marks the spot. And I love pirates. If you don't know this about me, I love pirates. Love them so much. So when I thought X marks the spot, I was like, dude, we have to do like a pirate theme because I'm all about themes. You always got to have themes. So I was like, all right, let's do a pirate theme and we'll all dress as pirates. It'll be really cute and we can like sell really cute t-shirts and like stickers and stuff like that. And I was like, we can get like a bunch of candy, put it into a treasure chest and stuff. And that's what we actually did. And Marci came up with this drawing of Crinkles as a little pirate with a little map that said X, and it kind of incorporated into the Capcom with the Capcom logo. And it was like super cute. And at that point, JP hadn't thought about doing a pirate diaper because the next one was going to be the pink one. All right. So that was Capcom. And when we went, the mommies of Little Baby Boo Nursery and some of the helpers actually went out to help him man the booth. So that was like so much fun. It was so awesome. A lot of work, but so much fun. So when we got there, though, it was really funny because everyone was like, oh my God, is your next diaper going to be the pirate? And we were like, that wasn't the intention. Like, crap. Like, we just really love pirates, right? So we were like, no, it's just like kind of a giveaway and it's just kind of something fun and whatever. So then after that, it was kind of funny because it was so well received. And because, again, I love pirates, I was like, oh, maybe we should talk about a pirate diaper. And of course, again, so this is ended up being Buccaneer. I was like, if I were, on a pirate ship, I would be the captain. I'm just saying I'm very bossy. Little bossy. So we ended up making Leah the Pirate Queen, right? Because I didn't want to go with Crinkles being the main pirate because I was like, Crinkles is cool and everything, but like Leah's the one that's like, she's the lioness, right? She's kind of the one that's in charge. She's kind of the bossy boss one. So we ended up doing that with her. And Crinkles, see, there's Theo, or I call him Theo. And then Crinkles ended up being like just one of the crew right there, like Theodore. And then here's little Crinkles right there, just as a cutie patootie, right? So this is kind of what, and there's Phil. Oh, that was another thing that I said. I said to JP, listen, I also love mermaids. So I want Felix to be a mermaid. And he was just like, all right, fine. So Felix ended up being the mermaid there. Isn't that freaking cute? And again, it went with the whole idea that like boys can be mermaids too. Like boys can be not even a merman, but like a cutie patootie little mermaid. So, and again, when in talking to Marci about this, she was like super excited about it. And she was just like, yeah, because I would be the pirate queen too. Like, shoot, I'm tired of being the one that's aside the little the pirate wench. Like, come on. So yeah, so that's how Buccaneer came about. Now here's something. There's a little tidbit that's coming up again. JP really lets me get away with stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the stickers. Okay, so one of my ideas was if we were gonna do those original prints along the side, I wanted to. One of my favorite creatures is a kraken, right? So I wanted to put a little kraken on the side. So JP was like, "No, we're gonna do the bigger prints." I was like, "I want a kraken." So what we're doing is we're creating secondary kind of characters that we can put on like T-shirts and stickers and stuff. So there is an adorable kraken that's coming soon. So freaking cute. And then one of my okay, so I have a really demented sense of humor, as you guys know. There's gonna be I'm terrible. There's gonna be a sticker that kind of looks like this that says Crinklz Booty. And with that sticker, I'm planning to, I don't want to say a cost. I don't want to say a cost. But I am planning on placing that Crinklz Booty sticker on so many littles' butts. I'm just gonna say, this is how I do. Okay. So those are the stories of how these two diaper prints came to be. They've been in production for a very long time. I'm also going to tell you that there may be some other ideas that are coming up soon, but I'm not supposed to say that. So I hope that you guys like them. They were really fun to put together. Marci knocked it out of the park, and there's some really cool stuff that's coming up too with some coloring sheets and stuff that that we're going to put out. I've just been so busy with summer camp. Again, if you want to get your hands on these before they come out, make sure that you do some fun cool littles crafts for summer camp. And by the way, I'm available for any diaper company who wants me to help design their next diaper. I'm just saying that might be my new thing. I kid. No, I don't kid. Actually, I will do that. So I hope you like them and know that they come from love. And if you want to see more content, ABDL content, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel because there's a lot more coming up. And I hope you guys all have a great day. And I hope you guys all stay safe and padded. And I love you all and have a joyous, joyous afternoon and crafting. I hope to see you guys all crafting. All right. Bye.